What's up, guys? It's Megan. It's that time of the week again for our weekly Walker Talk. This week we're talking about Fear the Walking Dead Season 2. We're doing a Q&A today. I'm answering your questions. I watched all of the promos for Fear the Walking Dead Season 2 that have come out so far, and hopefully I can answer all of them for you. There's a lot, so let's get started. This first one was from Bev Roberts. I have a question for you. In at least one of the promos for upcoming Season 2 of Fear, it shows a bunch of walkers stumbling down the sand dunes towards our survivors. One of them looks so much like Ophelia, Daniel's daughter. Has anyone else seen or noticed that? I think you're meaning that walker that you get a close-up shot in the promo, and no, I mean, it does resemble her, but it's not. All of the walkers that are coming down those sand dunes are actually plane crash walkers. So these are all of the people who died in Flight 462. And we are going to talk about that more in my promo breakdown that should be coming tomorrow, hopefully. But those are all victims of Flight 462 crashing. The next question is, or multiple questions from the TIFF 2010. Do you think they will happen to run into Tobias along the way? Love him. I love him too, but I kind of feel like Tobias is the Morales or the Morgan of Fear the Walking Dead. Either he's going to be like Morales and we're never going to see him again and always wonder what happened to him, or he's going to be like Morgan and show up like 5 seasons down the road and we're going to be like, yes, Tobias. But they are far away from him right now, and if he does survive, he's nowhere near them. So no, I don't think we're going to see him at all in this season. Number 2, which characters do you think are similar to characters from The Walking Dead? Example, Madison. Madison kind of reminds me of Andrea. Oh gosh, I don't even know that I can compare at this point because I haven't even really thought about it. Gosh. I think that Nick kind of reminds me of Daryl. Only in like, he kind of does what he wants. And I also because he's probably going to be one of those like fangirl favorites of the show. You know what I mean? Everybody loves him. Third question was, who do you think will be dead by the end of Season 2? Oh my gosh. Well, I think we are going to get more characters this season. So I don't know that any of our main characters will die. If they do, I would say maybe like Chris, because that would really affect Travis, or Ophelia maybe, because that would just send Daniel down this path that, you know, he would not be okay, especially after losing his wife. I don't really want any of our main, I mean, we only have like what, like 5 or 6 main people so far. I know that we're going to add in a bunch of extra characters this season. So we're gonna have Charlie from Flight 462 come into the show. I'm excited to see her. We're also going to have some other new characters. I'm sure in the promo video we see this older guy with white hair. He seems really cool. I'm excited to meet him. So it's kind of we gotta wait and see the first few episodes who we meet, because they have to bring on these secondary characters in order to keep some and kill some off. So I don't really have any death predictions at this point. The next question is, I think her name's Paola Castillo. How fast do you think it will take for all the characters to get onto the boat? And once they're there, how long do you think they will stay there? I think in the very first episode, we're gonna see them go onto the boat. We see in the my promo breakdown video, which will be coming soon, we see there's a sneak peek of Travis, Madison. Nick comes with kind of like a little speedboat and he pulls up on shore. It's nighttime and they've got a bunch of supplies on the shore. There's also a bunch of walkers and they're loading Liza, Chris's dead mom, onto their boat as well. And they're basically, I think they're all trying to get onto the boat to get to Abigail. I think, I'm not entirely sure because I didn't see Strand and Daniel and everything. I think they're already on Abigail, but I think we'll see them get onto the boat in the first episode. And then as far as staying on the boat, I think we're going to see them stop at some point. They're going to end up picking up Charlie. They're going to see the plane crash. I think they'll be on it for a little while. I think a lot of the problems that they're going to see is going to be, you know, the people that are on board the boat with them. None of them really know each other. We have Travis's family and then we have Daniel's family. They were thrown together. They don't even really trust each other that much, and they're going to be thrown together with Strand. We're going to get, you know, plane crash survivor. There's going to be lots of different people here, and I think people are going to be the real problem in this season so far. The next question comes from Josh, Betty, Q&A, hey Meg, I was wondering if you like Fear the Walking Dead more than the original. I know this is a dumb question, but I'm curious. It's not a dumb question. I am a little bit more excited, I think, when it comes to Fear the Walking Dead, because there's such an unknown here. There's nothing to compare it to. There's no comics. There's nothing really. Sorry, I had to adjust the camera there. We don't know anything that's gonna happen, and I think the surprise factor there is what really excites me. And also I'm really excited about getting to know these new characters. The Walking Dead has been on for 6 full seasons now, so I know most of our characters like the back of my hand. They're always doing new and interesting things. So I love The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead will always be my #1, but I am very excited, especially after the season 6 cliffhanger that we just had for The Walking Dead. I am much more excited to see season 2 of Fear than I am to see season 7 of The Walking Dead. So yeah, I am more excited at this point. This next question is from Mr. Miogio. I'm sorry, I can't get your guys' usernames here. Who is your favorite character? Greetings from the Netherlands. Hi, Netherlands. My favorite character right now would have to be Daniel. I really like this guy. I also really like Nick too, just because I think he's funny. He's also very bold and daring, which we see, and I think that's just from the life that he's lived. And what I mean is, like, in the promo, we see him with walker blood all over his face and his body, and he just walks right up to one of these walkers and just stands there, like, just real boldly daring. I mean, obviously risking a lot, and I think he is reckless and careless a lot as well. And I just think he's a very unique character amidst Ophelia and Alicia and Madison and Travis. I don't know, I'm interested. I like this background that he's come from, and I'm excited to kind of see his struggle with, you know, overcoming his drug addiction. And then Daniel, I'm always partial to, like, the wiser, older characters. I think they add such a depth to the show. Like, in The Walking Dead, I loved Dale, I loved Herschel. So I really like that type of character. So I would say that right now Daniel and Nick are my favorite, and who I'm most excited to see. The next question comes from Josiah. I was wondering if you could give your thoughts on the whole idea of walkers on water. We really haven't seen this play out in The Walking Dead. I wonder if they can swim, or if they can't, or if they can even get on the boat. Also, okay, so first question, walkers and water. I've given this a lot of thought, especially after I saw the walker come out of the ocean and just, like, get up and stand up. What I think they're going to play it this way. So they're walking into, let's say they're walking into the ocean. They walk as long as they can stay on their feet. As soon as either the water gets too deep or too rough, it's gonna knock them over, and I think that they kind of just go with the water, go with the flow, you know, until they either find something to grab onto or find something to stand up on. So if they're washed ashore, then they'll stand up. I think what we see is we eventually see our group on kind of like a life raft type boat, and there's probably a walker trying to climb up the boat. And I think, like, if they come into contact with something hard, that they're gonna grab onto it. But you know, they're mindless here, so there's no thought process, so they can't think to swim. So I definitely think that they are just kind of floating along until they find something that, you know, they can use their reflexes and grab onto, or if they wash ashore. The next question was, who do you think will be in Fear the Walking Dead that was in Flight 462? It's already been confirmed. It's Charlie, who was the Asian woman that was with the Tobias looking boy. She's been spotted in the promos. She is there with the plane crash walkers on the sand dunes. So she is there. She is a survivor. She will be joining the cast. For how long? Nobody knows. The next question is from Rainbow222. Do you think the group will meet a villain this season, or do you think it's too soon? I think that the villains are going to be themselves. The promos had them the first episode is called Monster, okay? And a lot of the promos had our group in water, and their shadows, or their reflections, not shadows, reflections were of skeletons, kind of. And I think there's the big theme this season is going to be the people and who can you trust and who can't you trust. And they are thrust onto this boat with Strand, and we don't know if he's good or bad. We don't know what his ulterior motives are here. Is he going to be the villain, or is he someone that they can trust? And I think the biggest issue is you have this small confined space on this yacht, and you've thrown in, I don't even know, I'm not gonna count how many people are in a group, but let's say under 10 people. You've thrown in 6 or 7 people onto the small boat. They're all different personalities. None of them know each other except for the individual families that we have. So there's gonna be a lot of trust issues, and I think that you get stir crazy being on a boat for too long, and especially in that survival mode. And I think people is gonna be the biggest issue here. We see a life raft full of survivors from something, and they're waving, you know, like, help us, let us get on your boat. But do they even have supplies to care for that many people? They don't know any of those people. And the biggest thing is to protect your family and the ones that you love. And so I think that's gonna be a huge thing in this season. I don't think there will be a particular villain per se. I think it's going to be surviving and who you can trust. Brian Hummel asked me if I can please review Fear the Walking Dead. Also, who's your favorite character? I already said who my favorite character is. Can I review Fear the Walking Dead? Where have you been? I reviewed it all season 1. So yes, of course I will be reviewing season 2. Next question is from Fluke. Do you think that both the boy and the Asian lady from Flight 462 will make it? The Asian lady was in the trailer, but do you think the boy will make it? I don't think so. I don't. We see her running away, and they're running to get the boat. They're being chased by walkers, and they are pretty much pushed right off the beach. If he had survived, he would be with them in the promo, I think. I think that they're gonna hit the ground and he's gonna be dead, or he's going to not be there. I don't know. You know, they made it such a point in the web series, or you know, in the web series for Flight 462, they made this kid the main character of the web series, right along with Charlie. And I think that it's almost weird to kill him off when he seems like such a prominent character there, but no, I don't think he is going to survive. I don't. The next question is from Sodar Smith, Q&A. Who do you think is the lead character on Fear? Who is the Rick of the series? I asked because I didn't find most of the characters in the season that relatable. You know, it's hard to say at this point because Madison and Travis are there, and all of season 1 I was trying to pick, well, who is this series mainly about? Is it about Madison or is it about Travis? Because it's obviously it's about this family surviving, but there's always like one character, and I'm leaning towards it being Madison. She has this dark past we don't know about. They've made it a point to kind of let us know that there's something more to her character, and I really think that she will ultimately be like that Rick of the series, if you really think about it. Although, I mean, it's really kind of a toss-up right now between Travis and Madison. If you had to pick one, I don't know that there can be like 2 ultimate Ricks. Does that even make sense? I think after season 2, we'll for sure know. I don't think they're gonna keep this couple together forever though on this show. One of them will die eventually, or they will not want to be together. They won't be a happy family. There's not for long. But I think if I had to say right now who the Rick is, who the star of the show is, I think they're trying to make us think that it's Madison at this point. At least that's my best guess. It is very, very hot in this car. I have the windows rolled up so that you guys don't hear the cars driving by and stuff, but I'm about to pass out. So we're gonna wrap this up. There's so many questions here. I think I'm gonna do a part 2. So don't worry if I didn't get to your question. Let's do one more. Which one from the Clark family do you think will die first? Madison, Alicia, or Nick? If I had to pick, now I'm not saying that any of them will die in season 2 here. I don't think so at this point. If I had to choose, why didn't you pick Travis there? I guess because it's the Clark family is what you mean. Just those 3 because they're blood related. I would say Alicia would probably be, and that's more from a writer standpoint. I don't think they're gonna kill her off anytime soon, but I think like if they had to pick between the 3, I would think the most logical would be Alicia at this point. And from a writer standpoint, that's because you would keep Nick around for the fangirls, and Madison, I think they're trying to make her one of the lead characters. So I kind of think that's where it would go. I mean, as story-wise, I think if I was following the story and like the most logical, like in a in a real life situation, I think that Nick is more daring, more bold, more risk, like he takes more risks. So I think that in a real life scenario, he would probably be the first one to die. But from a writer standpoint, they're totally gonna keep him for a long time. Okay, I'm gonna wrap that up. That's the end for this first fear Q&A weekly Walker Talk. I will be doing a part 2 just because there's so many more questions. So if you didn't get your question answered, don't worry. Also, there will be a Fear the Walking Dead season 2 promo breakdown coming really soon. I've said that a million times. I can't breathe in here, it's so hot. Okay, I love you, bye.